Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot Convention with the Weekly Comic Roundup. We've already done about 2 videos for the roundup this week, so let's keep trucking. Kicking this off, we've got Daredevil number 10. Where we left off, the Stromwinds, who were Wilson Fisk's financial backers, political backers for becoming mayor of New York, they unleashed they hit the Fist Island with a gas attack, which has basically sent almost everyone into a berserker rage. At the same time that the Avengers had arrived to stop Daredevil. A lot of that going around. So yeah. But Elektra is openly accused of killing the president, the U.S. president. Though she says the hand killed him. Spidey goes after Daredevil. Elektra's got to deal with Cap and Black Panther, which she's more than up for that, but the bulk of the issue focuses mostly on Daredevil versus Spidey, and Daredevil does manage to get one over on Spidey, hitting him with a webbing capsule that puts him in place. Which allows Daredevil to escape, leading him to run into Goldie once again. Goldie's wearing a collar that keeps his powers in check, or prevents him from using his powers. And Matt removes it, though it should be stated that Goldie managed to find and retrieve the Book of the Fist. But the island is breaking apart. And there's some damage that's been done to the Quinjet, or to one of the Quinjets. Valkyrie and Peter managed to keep it together. And Matt Murdock manages to escape. That is where the issue ends. That was something. And it does appear that it's not. It's basically, say probably, we're about to start up a new story arc within this, but we'll see. Kind of sad to see Daredevil's whole, I don't want to say experiment, but the whole thing fall apart the way it did. But to be fair, it was kind of already being built towards. Moving on though to our next book, we've got Doctor Strange number 2. Where we left off, the Stranges, Stephen and Clea, were basically making the rounds for magical diplomacy, and apparently Agamon the Warlord was assassinated. So we open in the Bronx the morning after Agamon's murder. the Stranges and Moon Knight are have an issue. Um, the parents of a little girl have come to Moon Knight for help. Apparently, their daughter won't wake, and Moon Knight has done what he can to help, but it's beyond him. And worse, he knows what would potentially need to be done, and he knows that would do more harm than good. Namely, opening his mind to hers, and well, yeah. So Moon Knight brought in the Stranges, who discover that she is in the thrall of Nightmare. Clea and the Doc fight the pair of phobivores, which take the form and also feed off their fears. And they basically take on each other's fears. They find Nightmare trussed up and imprisoned, assuming Strange has something to do with it. But and they find an astral warrior. Further investigation reveals that the astral warrior, is actually the soul of the small child they're trying to help. Doctor Strange comes up with figured out a means of sending her astral form back to her body, while Clea managed to run defense. And as they head home, Wong informs the Stranges that Agamon has been murdered. And that is where the issue ends. This is starting off well. Nice little, hey, small one-offs, but with there being a clear overarching plan. So, moving on though to our next book, we've got Guardians of the Galaxy: Bane of Blastaar. This is just a one-shot. This takes place, I would say, between last year's Guardians run by Al Ewing, which wrapped up after the last Annihilation, and the beginning of the current run, which started up last week. Blastaar is a longtime Fantastic Four villain. He is one of the two most prominent Negative Zone-based villains, the other being Annihilus. And in fact, Blastaar and Annihilus frequently butt heads, to the point that Blastaar actually helped the Unified Front during the first Annihilation crossover. So Blastaar returns to Valyria, his homeworld within the Negative Zone. Apparently, a weapon's been working on. He has had Valyrian scientists working on a weapon that would destroy all life in the positive matter universe. The Negative Zone is antimatter, yeah. In the positive matter universe, one of those Valyrian scientists comes upon the Guardians while they're bickering in a bar, tells them what's going on, and kind of, hey, the universe needs your help. So they go to the lab. They're continuing to bicker, though. And each one, rather than working together, they each try to do things on their own. And basically, the whole thing is the Guardians are best when they work together, as opposed to when coincidentally their individual actions pay off. But Nova manages to destroy the weapon that Blastaar had, by causing a feedback loop in it, and the Balorians are quite happy to see Blastaar defeated, and back at Gosnell's bar, Star-Lord proposes a toast to the scientist Graybar. And that is where the issue ends. It's a fun little one-shot. Kind of easily could have been if the Ewing run had not ended when it did, it could have easily just been an annual. Moving on, though, to our last book for the moment, we've got Hulk, number 14. Definitively wrapping up this run on the Hulk. Where we left off, Titan had taken over. And we learned that Despair was behind the creation of Titan. And Titan had pulled Doc Samson and Doctor Strange through a portal. So, Despair explains everything to Doc Strange's astral form. Though it turns out that when one is in their astral form, or when one is astral projecting, listening is optional. Monolith, the ruler of the Hulk planet, has been absorbing power and sends a massive attack against energy attack against Titan, practically exhausting herself. However, all it did was make him stronger. The people of the planet, as well as Doc Samson, offer up what gamma they can to Monolith maybe actually hurt Hulk or Titan. And now Strange and Doc Samson are working on are focusing more on evacuation than anything. Inside Hulk's mind, Bruce is trying to get Hulk to wake Hulk up to deal with Titan, and he does so and defeats Titan. Bruce wakes up in a room at Strange Academy with a letter from Doc Samson, basically saying, "Yeah, don't worry. Everyone knows you weren't to blame for El Paso or for what happened on that planet." And basically helping him to trying to do what and encouraging Bruce to focus more on trying to reconcile Bruce and Hulk. Despair is once again imprisoned in an orb of that sits on a shelf in the second Sanctorum, and Monolith apparently would like to has sent an invitation to Hulk, to Bruce, for Godball, and the gem that was handed to Despair, that created Titan, falls out of what I would only guess to be an astral construct of Titan's skeleton, and it ends up right by the green door, where the leader picks it up. And that is where the series ends. In June, I think next month there's a Hulk annual, and then in June, got a new Incredible Hulk by Philip Kennedy Johnson. I'm not sure we'll be picking that up or not. I may pick up I may take a look, flip through the first issue and see what I think. But yeah. Anyway, great run. I don't entirely envy Ryan Ottley being saddled with finishing up the story finishing up Donny Cates's story after Donny Cates's recent departure from, at least from Marvel, if not from everywhere. I understand that Cates is working on has things he has personal issues he was working on, and that's, that takes precedence. I completely understand. Anyway, so before we wrap things up, though, an announcement. I meant to say these last in the first few parts too, but that thing where I forgot. Next weekend, to be exact, May 6th is Free Comic Book Day. If you're in the Northwest Arkansas area, I will be at Rock Bottom Comics from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Come by and say hi. Pick up some of the free Comic Book Day comics. Maybe even peruse the shelves of not free comics and pick some up. Check out their graphic novel selection. Those last were fairly extensive, so. But anyway, that's going to do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off, saying, live long and rock hard.